In this lecture, we are going to see a new tree called B tree. Don't get confused between the B tree and binary tree. Here, this B tree is nothing but capital B. There is no meaning for this capital B. And the proposer of these trees are also not defined what is meant by this B tree. Simply they have named as B. And some people will say it as a Bayer's tree or Boeing tree, like that. Some names have been defined afterwards, but this B was not defined by the proposer or the original author of the this particular tree. So that is the reason. Don't get confused between the B trees and binary trees. Binary means two. Either a node in the entire tree, every node can have minimum of 0 or at most 2 children. That is what the concept of binary trees. But where in the case of B trees, this is totally different concept. Here in B trees, a node can have any number of children. However, there is a restriction on the number of children depending upon the order of the B tree. Okay. The main aim of the B tree is to search an element within a short span of time, provided by maintaining the minimum height of the tree. This is what the main aim of the B tree. One more thing is, so far, whatever the trees concepts, either it is a binary tree or binary search tree or AVL tree, whatever the tree concepts that we have studied so far are especially aim to load the elements into the main memory and performing of the operations, right? That means if you want to create a root node, you will create a pointer and you will create some memory for that. Then you will initialize the left child and right child as null. And while inserting the element, you will compare with the root element. Again, if the inserting element is less than the root element, you will traverse at the left hand side in the binary search trees. If the inserting element is greater than the root node, then you will traverse at the right side. And this particular operation will continue for every node to be inserted as after traversing either the left side or right side. Anyhow, you are supposed to create a node and to attach anywhere in the left subtree or right subtree. So whenever you are creating memory, in the sense you are asking the main memory to create the memory and allot to that node dynamically. So far, whatever the trees that you have studied, that are the what are the things that you have studied so far, are the trees, are the arrangements in a non-linear fashion in the main memory. But the concept of B tree is completely different. And advance of this B trees is the B plus trees that we'll study in this course afterwards. And there are some more advanced version of B trees are there, like B star trees, which have more sophisticated mechanism, which are refined mechanism than the B trees. So the what especially this B trees, what the specialty of this B trees is. Here, the specialty of the B trees is to arrange the elements instead of in main memory like previous trees. Here the aim is to arrange the elements or arrange the data on the external disks, that is hard disk or any other secondary storage devices. And why can't we go for accessing of those data within a short span of time? So that is what the basic idea of the B trees. Previously, whatever the trees are there the data structure or whatever the data is going to be stored will be stored in the main memory, not on the hard disk. In the B trees, here there will be some secondary storage devices on which you are going to arrange the main content, and that main content's keys will be stored in memory here. Based upon the main content keys, the accessing of the main content will be taken place. Here the main content may be a file, or maybe a what you call folder, or maybe any other thing which is to be stored on the hard disk. That is what the idea of the B tree. So how B trees differs, B trees and B plus trees differ from the normal trees that what we have studied so far is the previous trees usually will be stored in the main memory, where in case of B trees and B plus trees are aimed to access the elements via secondary storage devices. Main memory means it's a primary storage device. Okay. Secondary storage device is the hard disk and any other external disks. That is what the idea of the B tree. So to make this concept very simple and to understand by you, because you are a layman and you are first time you are studying this concept. So I don't want to go in detail of giving the mathematical aspects in the first level itself. Instead, I would like to tune your mind to know what is this B trees are. And first understanding and tuning of your mind is required for me. Otherwise, I cannot give you sufficient input to understand the B trees. To understand this lecture, I recommend the listeners to take a pen and paper and pen down whatever the ideas or whatever the points that I am saying, so that it will become easy for you to understand the concept that I am explaining. So to make this B trees concept easier, I am moving on to my notes first. So anyhow, this I have provided in the link, or I have also provided in the Google Classroom. You may download from that. The introduction to this B trees are like this. I hope you are ready with the paper and pen. So far, we have assumed that we can store an entire data structure in the main memory of the computer. However, if we have more data that cannot fit in the main memory, and as a result, we must have the data structure that resides on the disk. If you look at the main memory that is attached to your computer may be of maximum of 16 GB or 32 GB. Nowadays, many of the laptops are coming with 1 terabyte hard disk space. So 32 GB is very smaller than the 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte is in the sense 1024 gigabytes. So 32 GB is so smaller than the 1024 GB. So that is the reason, if there are many number of keys, assume that we have 10 million items. Okay, we have 10 million items that each key is of 32 byte. So every key that what you are going to store is a 32 byte. Assume that you are going to represent a name. Previously, in the trees and all, we have stored integer values. Integer is of 4 byte or maybe 2 bytes, depending upon the compiler that you choose. Assume that here every key is of 32 byte, which is name, or which is to represent a name, and that a record is of 256 byte. Record in the sense is like a structure. We are talking about only the element, but the structure is also having some size. If you write a struct node may be having integer data and struct node star left and struct node star right. Like that, if you go for calculating the size of the entire node, that will be different. So the key size is 32 bytes, but the entire record size is 256 bytes. We assume that this does not fit in the main memory, and that we are the reason is a computer may have any number of users, because many of the computers, many of the operating systems that are coming are multi-user operating systems. Since you are the only person working on the computer, you may be the administrator of that, and you may work with that particular operating system. But many of the operating systems are multi-user operating systems. You can have multiple users that you can create in that operating system. So whenever you create multiple users, assume that if there exists some X GB of memory, then assume that out of the system supports around 20 users, and you are one of the 20 users on the system. So we have 1 by 20 of the resource to be shared in the computer. Then the number of instructions we execute, or the number of disk accesses, will be as follows. For example, that computer is of having the processor which is capable of 25 MIPS, million instructions per second. You might have studied in your microcontrollers or microprocessors. The number of instructions that particular processor or controller will execute. So you recall that concept here. For example, 25 MIPS machine elegantly executes 25 million instructions per second, because this is speed depending upon the electrical property. That what are the 5 volts of power supply that you supply to that processor. Because of this electrical property, that many number of instructions per second can be executed. But whereas our hard disk, which is a secondary device, or simply disk, is a mechanical part. Mechanical parts are very slow compared to the electrical parts. So mechanical parts require some kinetic energy, whereas electrical energy is completely different. So whereas the hard disk or simply disk is a mechanical part in which speed depending upon the spinning of the disk. Spinning of the disk means there will be disk rotation will be there in the hard disk. How much speed that particular hard disk rotates, based on that you can access the data on the hard disk. Usually this disk spin is at 3600 revolutions per minute to maximum of 7200 revolutions per minute. So mostly 5400 revolutions per minute or 7200 revolutions per minute hard disks are being used nowadays in any computer or laptop. If the speed is 3600 revolutions per minute, thus in 1 minute it takes 3600 revolutions. One revolution is 1 by 60 of the second. That is, to rotate a disk for one revolution, then it will take around 16.7 milliseconds. But to access an instruction from main memory, it is so fast than the 16.7 milliseconds. The reason is it is an electrical property. So we try for different data structure which will try to reduce the number of disk accesses. At first, unbalanced binary search tree that we'll consider. Unbalanced binary search tree means why we have gone for AVL trees, because if we try to insert the elements in the binary search tree in improper order, sometimes the height will be deferred, and the searching of the element in the binary search tree will look like a linear search. So that is the reason. Let us consider at first unbalanced binary search tree will be considered. In worst case, it has a linear depth and thus could require how many disk accesses? Obviously, if the linear depth is there, obviously in the worst case, 10 million disk accesses are required. On an average, in the average case, it is of 1.38 log 10 million. So this is 1.38 log 10 n is the time complexity of a binary search tree in the average case. Okay. So 1.38 log 10 million, which is equal to almost 1.38 into 24. And on an average, 24 means this 10 million should be powered in terms of 2 power 24, like that something will get. So log to the base 2 will be get cancelled. So 1.38 into 24. And on an average, such would require 32 disk accesses, or it will take 32 into 16.7 milliseconds, 16.7 milliseconds, which will come to around 5 seconds. In randomly constructed trees, few nodes are 3 times deeper. This would require 100 disk accesses. That means as the depth increases, the number of disk accesses also increases. Or it will almost equal to 16 seconds. That is 100 into 16.7, almost equal to 16 seconds. If you consider AVL tree, somewhat better in the worst case, because in the best, worst and average cases, AVL tree has a very good property. It will give the 1.44 log n complexity. So 1.44 into 24, almost 25 disk accesses, which is requiring 4 seconds, which is almost requiring 4 seconds. The above calculation are done based on log to the base 2, because the normal binary search tree or worst case binary search tree or AVL trees are the binary trees. When binary trees are there, a node have 2 children, at most have the 2 children. That is the reason we always consider log to the base 2, because we assumed assumed are binary trees in which nodes contain at most 2 children. But our task is to reduce the number of disk accesses to very small constant value. So for this, one solution is, if you have more branching, instead of only 2 branches, that is 2 children, if you have more branching, we have less height. When we have less height, obviously we will be having less depth. When we are having less depth, the accessing time will be faster. This is what the idea of having this more number of branches. So if we have more branching, we have less height. So an M array search tree allows M way branching, and height is roughly log n to the base m. Okay, M way means, for example, if you are arranging the tree in with the 5 branchings, 5 branchings in the sense, instead of 2 branches in the binary tree, you are want to arrange a tree in 5 branches, using 5 branches, means every node have at most 5 children. Okay, at most 5 children. So whenever you arrange the tree like this, so an M array search tree allows M way branching. If it is a 2-way search tree, then it will allow 2-way branching. If it is a 3-way search tree, then it will allow 3-way branching. If it is a M-way search tree, it will allow M-way branching. Simple. And height is roughly log n to the base m, where capital N is the number of elements. In our case, in the example case, now what we are discussing is 10 million records. Okay, log n to the base m. M is the how many branches you will make. If you make 512 branches, then log 10 million to the base 512. Okay, if you are making 256 branches, log n to the base 256. So where n is the number of elements and m is the number of branches. So when the log to the base is increasing, the resultant value will decrease. Okay, the resultant value decreases. This is what the basic idea of this B tree arrangement. So we are going for a balanced, ordered n multi-way search tree. Okay, so here whatever the tree that we are going to study now, is a balanced order. Okay, balanced order n multi-way search tree in which each non-root node contains at least n minus 1 by 2 keys. Each non-root node means all the internal nodes, okay, will be having, that particular node will be having at least n minus 1 by 2 keys, which is B tree of order n. So whenever if you find a tree with internal nodes having at least n minus 1 by 2 keys, then we can say the tree is a B tree of order n. Assume that if the B tree is of order 5, then the internal nodes can have at most how many children? How many keys? 5 minus 1 by 2. That means at least 2 keys must be there. At most 5 keys must be there. Okay. So this is what the idea of this B tree. Example, B tree of order 12 contains 12 minus 1 by 2 at most, that is on an average 5 keys at least in each non-root node. This is what the idea of the B tree. So the basic idea of the B trees as compared to the previous general trees are, general trees used to be stored in the main memory, especially the B trees. Here the keys will be stored in the main memory, but the main content will be stored on the hard disk. If you pick the keys from the main memory and you want to access the disk, then the number of disk rotations must be faster, or the disk access must be faster so that the item can be identified very fast. So for that, the arrangement we are going to make by reducing the height and to leveling the depth via M-way arrangement of the tree. So thereby, whenever the M-way arrangement was made, then the time complexity in the form of accessing the elements will come down to log n to the base m, where n is the number of elements and m is the number of branches. So that is the reason when we are going for this B tree, the arrangements will be like this. All the non-root nodes can have at least n minus 1 by 2 keys. When if you define or if you want to construct a B tree of order n. A B tree of order n is also called as an n hyphen n minus 1 tree or an n minus 1 hyphen n tree. So what is the meaning of this? If the B tree, in the previous case, if the B tree is of order 5, if the B tree is of order 12, then it is also called as 12-11 tree or 11-12 tree. This is what the representation in some other textbooks you will find, which is also, the B tree is also defined in some textbooks like this. In the literature, you will find alternative names for the B trees like M-way search trees. This is one word you will find. B tree, straight away you will find this. And MN trees. MN trees means like this. So here N hyphen M. Okay, M hyphen N. So what is this M? M is equal to order minus 1. So this is the way also you will find in some literature. The dashed outside the parenthesis is the hyphen, while the dash inside is the parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis is minus sign. This reflects the fact that each node in the tree has a maximum of n minus 1 tree keys, minimum of n minus 1 by 2, and maximum of n minus 1 keys. And n sons. N sons means n children. Okay, n sons. Thus, 4-5 tree is a B tree of order 5 as it is 5-4 tree. So, a B tree of order 5 is also called as 4-5 tree or 5-4 tree. Both are one and the same. So, now make note of this definition. A B tree of order M is a M way or M way tree with the following properties. So I told you that in literature you will find alternative name for the B tree as M way tree. Whenever you find this as M way tree, you are supposed to understand the following property. The first property, every page or node, I am mentioning slash page in the sense the segment that you will find on the disk, in the main memory especially, not on disk, on the main memory. Okay, so every page slash node has a maximum m descendants. So every page has a maximum m descendants. Every page except for the root and the leaves has at least m by 2 descendants. So if you say a tree is of 5-way tree, then every page or every node can have maximum of 5 descendants. Every page except for the root and the leaves has at least 5 by 2 descendants. Here this symbol is the upper bound. 5 by 2 means 2.5, that means 3 descendants at most. If you give this symbol at the at below, then it is going to be lower bound. Okay, this represents the upper bound. The root has at least 2 descendants. So any root must have at least 2 descendants, unless until it is a leaf. Every the root must have at least 2 descendants. All the leaves appear on the same level. So in case of binary search tree or those binary trees, all the leaves will not be at the same level, except it is a complete binary tree. So the condition here is all the leaves appear on the same level. A leaf level forms a complete ordered index of the associated data, because the data will be stored below the leaves. Data items are stored at leaves. That is the reason all the leaves must be at the same level. It is common to find the order of a B tree defined as minimum number of keys in a non-root node, that is n minus 1 by 2, and degree of a B tree to mean that maximum number of sons. Okay, so order of B tree defined as the minimum number of keys in a non-root node. For example, if a B tree is of order 5, means it is to define the number of keys in a non-root node as 5 minus 1 by 2, and the degree of a B tree to mean that maximum of number of sons. If a B tree's degree is 5, means every node in the B tree can have maximum of 5 sons or 5 children. The order can also be mean that the maximum number of keys in a node is n minus 1. For example, if a B tree is of order 5, then that means that the maximum number of keys in a node can be at most n minus 1, that is 5 minus 1, 4. Worst case search depth. Let will calculate some worst case search depth. The worst case occurs if every node of a tree has only minimum number of descendants. Assume like that every node in the tree has minimum number of descendants. In such cases, keys are spread over a maximal height of the tree and a minimal breadth. In such cases, for a B tree of order M, the maximum number of descendants from the root page or root node is 2. The reason is we have defined here a root has at least two descendants. At least. So in the worst case, assume that a root has at least two descendants. For a B tree of order M, the maximum number of descendants from the root page or root node is 2. So the second level of the tree contains only two nodes. Each of the node can contain at least upper bound m by 2 descendants. The third level also can contain 2 into, because it may have further children, 2 into m by 2 descendants. So in this way, at level 1, root can have minimum 2 descendants. At level 2, 2 into m by 2. At level 3, 2 into m by 2 into m by 2 or 2 into m by 2 square. At level 4, 2 into m by 2 cube. Like that at level D. At a level D means at a deeper level, D, 2 into m by 2 power d minus 1. This is what the number of descendants, the minimum number of descendants at level D. So in general, for any level D of a B tree, the minimum number of descendants extending from the level is 2 into m by 2 to the to the power d minus 1. So these are the minimum number of descendants. Whenever this minimum number of descendants are there, obviously these descendants are formed with the number of elements that you are inserting. So that is the reason for a tree with n keys in its leaves, we can express the relation between the keys and the minimum height is the number of elements n are greater than or equal to. Why greater than or equal to? We have not considered the number of elements in the root. We have taken at the leaf level, that is at the depth d. N is greater than or equal to 2 into m by 2 to the power d minus 1. So m by 2 to the power d minus 1 is less than or equal to n by 2. Apply log on both sides. Log m by 2 to the power of d minus 1 is less than or equal to log n by 2. D minus 1 log m by 2 is less than log n by 2. Finally, if you solve this equation, we will get the equation like this. So the D is less than or equal to 1 plus log n by 2, the number of elements by 2, to the base m by 2. This is the depth, worst case depth that you will get in the B tree of order m. A tree of order 512 that contains 10 million keys. D is less than or equal to 1 plus, here order is 512, log 10 million by 2, 512 by 2. Here you will get a D is less than or equal to 1 plus log 3 lakhs by 256, where you will get depth as 3.37. You look at in the worst case, okay, in the worst case depth in a B tree of order of elements of around 10 million elements with the order 512. That means if you can maintain a 512 order of B tree, then the depth will fall down to 3.37. At most 3.5 is the depth. Whenever it is 3.5 is the depth, so how quickly you can access the element. So this is what the idea behind the B tree, especially to increase the faster access of the elements. To decrease the disk access time, to pick up the related content or related file as fast as possible. So this is what the core idea of the B tree. So B tree in the worst case also, we are going to get a very good result. But if the same 10 million records or 10 million elements, if you arrange in a binary search tree or AVL tree, then disk accesses are tedious and it will take a long time to access the disk. Especially the file structure and file access mechanism in the hard disks will be completely different, and also accessing mechanism in the main memory is completely different. General file structure and file accessing is completely different from the accessing of the data in the databases. So that is the reason whenever you install any database, the database related data will not be stored on the basis of the file structure that you are using on the operating system. In an operating system, whenever you are installing, or you may choose FAT32 or NTFS file format for installing the operating system. But the databases, especially, either it may be Oracle or MS SQL Server or MySQL or PostgreSQL, whatever the database server that you install will not install or will not depending upon the file structure that you use for the operating system, because those file structures are somewhat slower compared to the database access that is required. In a hard disk of 80 GB or 100 GB, if you want to search for a file, at least that file will be searched for at least 10 to 15 seconds. But in case of database, if the same time is maintained, then it's of no use. For example, you have gone to a railway station. There you want to check your PNR number, or you want to check the PNR status. So you have typed the PNR number. Assume that how many reservations will be done every day, and how many PNR numbers will be generated every day. So that many, out of that many PNR numbers, your PNR number will be picked in a fraction of a second, and the details will be displayed on the screen. How is it possible? If they might have used the standard file format or file structure on the which is used by the operating system, is it possible to get this? Obviously, it is not possible. So that is the reason some specialized data structures are required. Some specialized data structures are required to have faster access of the data from the disks. The best data structure, or we can say the elementary data structure of this kind, is B tree. B plus tree is a somewhat advanced than the B tree, and B star tree is more advanced than B plus tree. Many of the databases, relational database management systems, till now or till today, are using this B trees as the internal indexing structure. So that is the reason, as part of the data structures, we are going to study this B tree data structure to have an understanding of how to access the data when it is stored on the disk with minimal disk accesses, and to have faster response whenever the data is requested. Hope by this time you have understood the importance of the B tree. In the next lecture, we will see how the insertion will be done in the B tree.